Hi everyone, it's Friday the 7th of June 2019 and this is my latest update on what's happening with the Boeing 737 MAX. So we had an announcement by the FAA last weekend saying that there were some problems with the wing slats on both the MAX and the 737NG, which is the predecessor to the MAX. And basically these wing slats, they increase the surface of the wing to create lift, and that's especially important during takeoff. Now, the FAA is saying it's not flight critical. If there was a problem with those wing slats, they're not fitting correctly into the tracks. There's a risk that they could drop off. Well, I would argue that could be quite serious if that was to happen in flight, for example, or even during takeoff. You don't want flying debris, but also they could destabilize the wing. So, for example, if one wing the wing slats were working effectively, and on the other wing they weren't, that would create instability. And also it could potentially contribute to structural failure. Now that is a scenario that no pilot would ever want to entertain on board their aircraft. So that's an issue that needs watching. There will be modifications needed to the grounded MAXes and also to the B737NGs that also need to be addressed. There's a number of those aircraft still out there that have those problems and they will have to be modified. So we've got the wing slat problem, and in terms of the return to the air of the MAX itself, nothing further on the FAA at this stage. They did hold a meeting at the end of May with other international safety regulators to discuss their findings with Boeing, how they would propose to modify and make the aircraft airworthy again. So we'll wait to see about that. Boeing still has to complete their work and that will need to be certified by the FAA. Certainly for airlines, they're obviously really concerned about the cost to their schedules. They're not able to operate the MAX. Some of them with big orders like Ryanair, they have taken a hit to their financial results, for example. The longer that goes on, the worse it is. Ryanair has allegedly come to some agreement with Boeing to be compensated to the tunes of millions of euros for the problems it has had in not being able to fly the MAX. So airlines are waiting for it to get back up in the air. They are making noises. They don't really expect that to happen till at least towards the end of this year. And also other interesting news is that Southwest Airlines, for example, in order to retain its passengers, is saying that if you're a passenger and you don't like the idea of flying on the MAX once it goes back into service, Southwest Airlines is saying it won't charge you any extras for that. There won't be an extra additional fee, for example, if you want to switch to a different route in order to avoid flying on the MAX. So there we have it. That's the latest update on Boeing, the B737 MAX, and issues on making that aircraft safe to fly again.